Hello everybody, this is Tanya. Okay, today I am doing a spin on the 2-ingredient pumpkin spice cake. Alright, before on the other video, which I will link it in the description, I can't talk for whatever reason, I use classic yellow cake mix, which I'll be using that again today. And again, I'm using Dr. Hine, but you use whoever you want to use. Pumpkin, pure pumpkin. I'm using the Walmart brand this time because this can is getting ready to expire, so I want to go ahead and use that. And I bought this last year, so I want to definitely go ahead and use this before it expires. But you know, the expiration date is like a little guideline. You still have extra time after that, but since I have it, I'm gonna go ahead and use it. This time I'm using our home. I ain't gonna say homemade, but our pumpkin pie spice that we put together from a recipe that Sandra found. And again, I will link that video in the description as well. Of course, water. Calls for a half cup of water. And to this, I'm adding, because I found these, and I was like, well, let me go and use these up. Some walnut pieces. So I'm going to add those in there as well. And instead of making it a sheet cake like I did before, or at 9 by 13, which is what it called for, this time I'm doing muffins. I figured it'd make my life easy. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Again, as before, this is simply a dump method. Put the cake mix in here. That's going to be my trash bag. Oh, it smells fine. This is the pumpkin puree. Remember, it's pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling. Gotta be pumpkin puree. 100% pumpkin puree. See? And I noticed that the Great Value pumpkin puree is a little bit darker than the one I get from Libby's, but I'm assuming it's all gonna be good, right? It'll be fine. Y'all know my motto. It will be fine. But I was in the mood for something sweet, and what I wanted was some of the Cheesecake Factory pumpkin cheesecake. If you have not had that, I suggest you give it a try. It is delicious, and it is worth the $10 because it's $8.99 plus tax. It's $9 some change. That's $10. Okay. Here's some. This is still pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice, whatever. And before I use half a teaspoon, this time I'm just going to eyeball it. It'll be fine. Yeah, y'all know for me, the more spice, the better. That's a little bit more. Okay. And half a cup of water. But let me blend this up first. I'll try to get this incorporated a little bit. And again, if you have the spice cake mix, you can use the spice cake mix instead of yellow. But I almost always have yellow cake mix in the house, especially around the holiday time. It's pretty much a given. Yellow cake mix is going to be here. Yellow and chocolate. So we're just mixing this up. add my water now. I guess you could use a mixer for this if you wanted to. But I didn't want to dirty up something else. Smells good. It really smells good. But like I said, if you haven't been to the Cheesecake Factory and tried that pumpkin cheesecake, and you don't know what you're missing. I think I've mentioned in previous videos that I'm a chocoholic, and I prefer the pumpkin cheesecake to the chocolate mousse, which is generally my favorite. Okay. See? Now I'm going to add my pecans or walnuts. Because I do have some pecans too, but since I had the walnuts, go ahead and put them. And again, I'm just eyeballing it. Now, and you can add chocolate chips to this, or just do the chocolate chips as well if you want to. But I pretty much like nuts and just about everything, because I figure adding the nuts to this is going to kind of remind me of the banana nut muffins. At least that's the premise I'm going with. How about that? Okay. That's good enough. Close enough. And now we're just going to, let me get a separate spoon. We're just going to start filling our muffin tins. And again, I did spray this with some cooking spray. I use Pam, but that's my preference. Not sponsored, by the way. And I'm just eyeballing this. Trying to get it about 3/4 of the way full. Of course, you know, I'm probably have to go back in and put some more in, some of these. Now, of course, if you want to use a ice cream scoop, this will allow you to even it out a little bit better than what I'm doing, but yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be perfectly fine. Let me go ahead and add some to these. Because I see now they need them. Uh-oh. Making a mess. And okay, so we just going to continue to go ahead and add these in here. See, this might would have been enough for 12. I don't know, because I think you can make 12 muffins out of this. Out of the regular cake mix. But with me adding the nuts and stuff, you know, it takes up a little bit more space. So, there's that. Definitely going to add some more into these other ones. Am I overfilling? Maybe. But we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to put them in here. If they overfill, they overfill, right? Because if I remember correctly, it did rise, but it didn't rise too much. If memory might be failing me, but anyway, it'll be fine. Whatever it does, it'll be fine. We just baking, people. Don't take it serious. It's not that crucial. And last time, I put powdered sugar on it, on the top at Sandra's suggestion. I really don't care too much for topping, so I'm not going to put any topping on this. Neither cream filling or powdered sugar. I'm just going to let it go like it is. Because I just like the cake. I don't necessarily want the icing, if that makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense to somebody. Somebody out there feels the same way I feel. I know they do. Let's see. Those two could use a little bit more. I'll borrow some from here. And borrow a little bit from here. Put in that one. Okay. You don't have to do that. I'm just trying to flatten it out a little bit. Anyway, let you see. Okay, I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And let's see what the box say. Cupcakes, 18 to 21 minutes. So we're going to start with 18 minutes and see how that goes. No, we'll start with 15 minutes. But I think my oven gets a little bit hotter. We'll start with 15 minutes. And I'll bring you back after I get these in the oven. And they're done. And I'll let you know exactly how long they cook. All right. See you in a little bit. Alrighty. So these actually end up cooking for 20 minutes. Let me bring them up so you can see them. They're still hot. I just took them out the oven. Oops, see? They smell good. And they're firm to touch. Okay? So I'm going to let them cool for a little while before I bite into these. Which I love love them as a cake. I'm sure I'll love them as a muffin as well. And this makes them individually portioned, so I'll eat what I want to eat, and the rest of them I can freeze. So that's what I'm going to do. And that way I can have some pumpkin all season long. Well, at least until the end of November, because I'm sure it's not going to last me past that time. And my sister-in-law loves pumpkin as much as I do, so I'll probably share some of this with her as well. All right, just wanted to share this remake or spin on the 2-ingredient pumpkin spice cake. Again, I just made them into muffins, added some nuts, but again, you can add chocolate to them. I like cranberries, you can add cranberries. I used the nuts I had here, but use whatever nuts that you like. If there's a different kind of nut that you like, then try that. I'm sure it'll work. And you can put icing on this if you like. Again, I'm not an icing type of gal, so I don't particularly care for all that sweet. This would be fine for me. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And y'all don't forget to leave a legacy. Bye.